भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी भाषादेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Fourth canto, 29th chapter and 72nd verse. गर्भे बाले अपि अपौष्कर्यात् एकादशा विधं तदा लिंगम न दृश्यते यूनः कुवा चंद्रमसो यथा. When one is a youth, all the 10 senses and the mind are completely visible. However, in the mother's womb or in the boyhood state, sense organ and the mind remain covered. Just as the full moon is covered by the darkness of the dark moon night. Arte hi avidyamane api samsmriti na nivartate dhyayato vishayam asya swapne anartho gamo yatha. When the living entity dreams, the sense objects are not actually present. However, because when it's associated with the sense objects, they become manifest. Similarly, the living entity with undeveloped senses does not cease to exist materially, even though it may not be exactly in contact with the sense objects. There was once a situation, one devotee introduces a child. Prabhupada, this child is so sweet. Children are always. Prabhupada said, yes, but when he grows, he becomes spoiled. In general, that's what happens even today. Because the reason is that the child's body, so many unwanted desires are not manifest. But it doesn't mean he doesn't have it. It is there. But age, it will become manifest. Okay? Now, knowing this, today many times people ignoring this fact actually because they have no idea about puru karmas, prarabdha karma. They have no idea. Today people have no idea. They see the desires are manifesting because of hormones. They say no. He has his desires, the desires coming from the subtle body. Modern analysis is so gross like animals. No analysis of the mind, no analysis of the soul. It is a mind which carries the desires. You may have two twins at home, both the child are of the same age, same circumstances, same facilities, everything same. But their desires are different. Correct? If we were the body, their desires should be same. Correct? The two twins, their tastes are also different. Somebody likes it, somebody doesn't like it. So we are carrying these desires from the previous millions and trillions of lives we have taken. We are carrying those desires. So many times people when they see a child, practically they compare child to God also. Sometimes say, he is my Krishna. Definitely, Prabhupada, the children are objects of all affection. But we should not avoid the truth. We should know the truth. Correct? If you don't avoid the truth, then one day truth will come and crush you. Because one day truth will be open. Correct? The reality is that the child is going to develop various desires as the body grows. And the biggest anchor, the biggest hindrance, the problem in the world, the biggest illusion in this world is sex desire, which will develop at a particular age. So let me train the child in such a way that he can handle the desire when it comes. This is called good training. Correct? And nowadays, they have introduced in academic education, or they want to introduce sex education. Correct? They want to introduce. But they don't know what to teach. What they teach is how to indulge in sex without getting sick, getting AIDS or not. That's all. Prabhupada says to indulge in sex, you don't need education. Even animals know how to do it. What we need to do is give them an education so that they become free from this desire. The biggest Hridaya Gandhi. And they can maintain their childlike sweetness whole life. Okay? That is the greatness. There's a great acharyas, that is their personality. is their personality is completely free from any mundane desire, fully absorbed as a servant of the lotus feet of the Lord. Their heart pains when they see people suffering. They see that people are looking for respite from the suffering of illusion everywhere. But they find no other way and they go to hell after that. They don't know what to do. Maya is making them suffer like anything. They don't know what to do. That's not happening to the people now. They're looking for a respite, they're looking for a solution, and there's nobody to tell them. And the hearts of great acharyas, when they see the people in this world suffering because of illusion, their heart pains. I was reading in the Prabhupada poems, after his guru departs from this world, he writes Ashtaka, eight prayers, 8 poems, 8 separate poems, each having many verses in separation from his spiritual master. And in each poem he ends like this: my dear spiritual master, I know your heart is paining to see the suffering condition, so what can I do? He was seeing, when his spiritual master was so powerful, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, that the moment of exploding in his presence, he was sending disciples all around the world. He was all around India. 64 mathas came up. Thousands of people took up to Krishna consciousness. Loud, sweet chanting of holy name is happening. But when he departed, things crashed. It happens. Whenever a great soul goes, his mission, shakes. And Prabhupada was seeing the whole situation. And he said, my heart pains, my dear spiritual. I know, it isn't my heart pain. I know, my spiritual master, your heart is paining, seeing the suffering of the conditioned soul, and nothing is being done. Correct? Overall, our mission is very simple. More and more people should take to Krishna consciousness. Correct? He was seeing the movement is not, Vaishnavas are not doing, many people withdrew. Seeing the situation, many people withdrew to solitary bhajana. And also he was feeling very sad. Why there is no explosion of Krishna consciousness? In fact, he says, my dear spiritual master, you opened on my eyes. In Vrindavan there are some people called Babajis. Babajis means they are there. They keep doing chanting. Prabhupada says that, my dear spiritual master, you opened my eyes. They're all neophytes. All neophytes. Because real work is to spread Krishna consciousness. They don't do that. Sitting here. They're all neophytes. He's saying, my spiritual master, you opened my eyes to see they're all neophytes. The real work in Kali Yuga now is to spread the mission of the Lord. I know, my dear spiritual master, your heart pains. So this is what is there actually. A child is taken birth because last life he could not attain lotus feet of Krishna. Correct? We should see the fact. This is a fact. Now what can I do? This child doesn't take birth again in this world. It's the greatest thing I can do actually. So, and not only so, we should do 2 trainings. And another great thing is the child becomes a great devotee, not only deliver himself, he deliver the parents also. Okay? So we should train them nicely. Because as they grow up at a particular age, when Chanakya says after 15 years, previously there was a different system, but Chanakya says that after 15 children will not listen to anything. So we should train them very nicely so that they become strong and they can maintain their sweet character even there. Otherwise you see the children as they grow up, unmanageable, asking. Doesn't listen only now. Because you didn't train them. Your training is visible after 50. It's like you do something, cooking you do. After food is cooked, then your cooking art is visible. So it's not easy actually to train the children, but you should be cautious. So the childlike sweetness that people talk about, yes, it is because not that the child is fully pure. Desires are there, but they are not manifest. That's a fact. It's not that he is a mukta, because he looks like a mukta purusha. He has no sex desire. He has no any jealous. So many things are not there only. But this child looks like, they look so sweet. In a bus you're traveling, you smile with the child, he smiles at you. Okay? You see them so sweet. They're not having so many good qualities. But they can remain. We can train. In the Vedic culture, child is trained to become a great character. Today what happens, there is no training. And all the parents send the children for education. But yesterday night we were discussing, Vidya means Vairagya should be there. If somebody is educated, means he develops Vairagya from this world. Correct? Today people are busy simply collecting degrees and this is where is the Vairagya? Jnana means Vairagya is parallelly manifested as heart, detachment. But today where is the Vairagya? More and more when the youth gather together, they discuss the opposites of sense gratification. They don't discuss Vairagya. You cannot even talk Vairagya. People are not listening, they think you're a madman. But real education means Vairagya. He knows the material happiness will never make me happy. This thing should develop in his hand. If I go and enjoy myself in the varieties of sense gratification, because what happens, senses are very strong in the youth time. But if he is trained in knowledge, he knows this is all fleeting. These are all plans of material enjoyment. Like we were at one college, so we asked, where are students are less today? Where are they? Sir, they go to Mangalore to buy the tickets in advance for a movie. They're standing in queue, to buy tickets in advance. So basically, what is the result of education then? The child is not developing. Education means you should understand that foolish sense gratification, particularly the vices, will never make me happy. That is education. Vairagya from, at least Vairagya from the vices should be there. They will not make me happy. That is education. Today I have become very satisfied. Oh, I have a doctor's degree. I have an engineer's degree. This is avidya. Avidya this is no meaning. A real meaning is external. I am not saying not needed. It is needed for your maintenance. But that is not the real sign of developing wisdom. Wisdom means person develops detachment from this world. Correct? Sampratam labdha buddhi. He says, I got intelligence. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Yesham satadevtanam ajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam. Krishna says, I give the buddhi. What is buddhi? Yena mamupiyante. Buddhi means, by that intelligence, person figure out how to reach Krishna's lotus feet. That is real buddhi. So real buddhi is not awakened today. Rather people are buddhu. There is no buddhi. And people, as a real effect of education is not manifest. So therefore children are sweet. They are objects of our all love and affection. Definitely. But you should also train them at the same time in such a way. And that is what is lacking in the society today. Neither in the schools, neither at home. This education is lacking. And parents don't train the children. Also in the spiritual taste. There was once what happened in a temple. One devotee was paying obeisance. Generally children also pay obeisance behind that. So Prabhupada mentioned in the class, don't think it is going to go waste. Child doesn't know, he's just imitating his parents, he is also. In fact, he'll put his head down and after next second look, father is still paying obeisance, again he'll pay obeisance. Many times we see that. That's Chanchala. But that is not Prabhupada said going waste, it is becoming recorded. It is getting credit, spiritual credit. Spiritual passbook, credit is coming. Credit. Because fire you touch, your hand will burn. You know not, it will burn. So similarly, I don't know, it's a fire, child, it is only a child, let me not burn. No, fire will burn. So similarly, you pay obeisance to Krishna. You know or do not know, credit will come, pay obeisance. And that becomes Agya Sukriti. Unknowingly, the person is offering devotional service, unconsciously. But the moment he comes to the age where he can consciously think and decide, these devotional credits will attract him to the Krishna's service. He'll feel, yeah, I want to go to Krishna Kirtan. I want to hear about Krishna. I want to serve Krishna. I want to worship Krishna. This will develop within his heart. Srila Prabhupada ki